Good morning. It's Monday, April 13th, 50 degrees. We had a little bit of rain last night. They said we're only going to get a quarter inch, but we got something. I can't tell you what, but it did rain. We had a storm front that was going from Canada all the way down to South Carolina. So we weren't going to miss this one. But Angel's doing okay. She was just back behind this pine tree here, digging. She couldn't wait to get to the park, whining and pacing back and forth. I was like, well, if you held it to go to the park, I can't drive any faster. But really haven't seen her do anything this morning other than sniff. So I'm a little concerned right now. I went in and we've been a little lax on our tithing to the church, so we missed 5 weeks. So I went in, I paid for 5 weeks through PushPay, was what the church uses online, and I had previously checked my bank account prior to doing this, and after I did the PushPay, I went back to see where we stood, if it took the payment out automatically. And it did take the payment out automatically, but it added almost a $47 service charge, and PushPay says that they don't add a service charge, but that the credit union might. So I wrote the credit union and said, if this is from you and this is going to be a service charge to use PushPay, then I won't use it. I think even the township does the same thing. They want you to pay with an app called PSN, but then they charge you for it. So I'm like, no, I'll use a stamp and mail you it then, and write a check. I don't care. It just gets ridiculous when you want everything done auto pay, but then you want to charge us for it. So you just get nickel and dime to death. But I was surprised when I went back and saw that the stimulus checks had went in our account. So we took a majority of it and put it in savings, and then I kept the other 400 in checking, just to have like play money, I guess. I know Jean wants us to buy a 6-foot pantry for the kitchen, because our kitchen doesn't really have a lot of cupboard space, or counter space for that matter. Really, that kitchen needs a whole new makeover, but there's not really much you can do with it. So we'll just have to deal with it. So anyway, back to the weather. It's supposed to be 57 today. The rain's gone. I did set up an appointment with my chiropractor, since the VA loves to play games out here. They cannot compare to California by far. California is hands down better than Detroit. Of course, I was told Detroit's one of the worst VAs in the country, and I would be better off to go to Ann Arbor, but one guy told me it took him 3 years before he could get over to Ann Arbor. I've had others that said they've had no luck at all. So I guess, excuse me, I guess once you're locked in, you're locked in. So, but yeah, all in all, it's a good day. I'm looking at putting grass seed down, trying to find some good Kentucky bluegrass that won't cost me an arm and a leg. But alas, you can't go to Home Depot or Lowe's. Actually, there's been a recall petition circulating around on Governor Dimwit here, Gretchen Whitmer, but we call her Dimwit. There was no reason to you know, say you can't go to the store to get seeds to plant or lumber or anything like that. We're all confined at the house. This is the time that, you know, you plant for your gardens, and you can't even buy seeds. So ridiculous. And they already know she's vying for the vice president's position if she runs with our Alzheimer's Democratic nominee, creepy Joe Biden. So she wants to be on his staff. So she does stuff that doesn't even make sense. She doesn't think them through. Like I said before, she had a ban on riding motorcycles. This ban has no watercraft, at least as the part of motorized watercrafts. I think you can still kayak and canoe, but then again, she didn't want people down at the marinas. She said there were too many people at the marinas, and social distancing wouldn't work. So in her executive order, she said no boating, which the Great Lakes states, boating, you know, like I said, planting. So I want to get a power washer. Can't buy a power washer because it's considered home and garden. So basically, she's just hamstringing the businesses in her state. I mean, I can order all this stuff through Amazon, but then I'm giving Amazon the business and not the local companies like Ace Hardware, Lowe's, Home Depot. And there's mom and pop nurseries out here that can't open because of this idiot's order. So, although I did go from one Democratic state to another, Newsom seems to have not clamped down as hard as this lady has. And it's not even bad in the whole state. It's basically just, you know, Detroit, Ann Arbor, Lansing, all the big congested areas. You know, New York has the same problem. And this is what our government's been pushing for. Not under President Trump. I hate when people call him Trump. But under President Trump, he has not pushed that. Where Obama pushed it, Bush pushed it, Clinton's pushed it. They don't want people living out in the country. They want them all in the cities. And this is what happens when you get too many people living in close proximity. So, but their justification for this was to get all the citizens into the major metropolitan areas, and then they could sell off the land or lease the land to China. Again, Trump doesn't care for those kind of tactics. America's not for sale, and the Democrats just can't stand that. They want a one world order. So did Bush, both of them. But I've lost Angel. So, and President Trump wants America first, and the Democrats just can't stand that. I mean, let's go back to the next stimulus bill. They want another stimulus package, but if Pelosi doesn't get what she wants in it, she's doing what she just did, and that was put Congress in recess till 1 May. Well, that's not going to help small business. She's just hurting small business. So, I don't know, Angel's making her way back through there. Come on. So, wow, almost a 10-minute rant. I guess I'll close. I hear someone else out walking their dog, and I see a car. So, Angel, come here. So I'll let you go. Take care.